In this video, I'm going to give you 5 money saving tips, 5 ways to save money. There's so much content out there now about investing in stocks, investing in cryptocurrencies. But if you're a student or you work part-time or you're a low-income earner, living paycheck to paycheck, you might not have spare funds to do anything, let alone invest. So I'm here to give you 5 everyday tips to save you money that you can use to invest, money that you can use to spend on leisure activities. Now, of course, these tips aren't going to make you a millionaire, but they will increase how much disposable money you have to use in more productive ways. Whether that's investing or starting a side hustle or investing back into yourself through courses, or just having some extra cash around to do whatever it is you want to do. Maybe you want to save up and buy a car. Maybe you want to move out of your current living situation. These tips will help you achieve your financial goals, whatever they might be, or at least getting you into some good habits to get you on the path to achieving your financial goals. But of course, there's many more ways than just 5 ways to save money. But today, I'm giving you these 5 easy ways. If you enjoy these, don't forget to leave a like and a comment below, and I'll make sure to do a part 2. So be sure to subscribe so you don't miss that one. That all said, here are my 5 tips to save money. Okay, first tip is to do with grocery shopping or shopping for anything really, but mainly to do with grocery shopping in supermarkets. And that is, you should only be buying items in the supermarket that are on special or on discount or buying in bulk. Essentially, what I'm saying here is never pay full price in a supermarket for food in particular. Food companies for many years, and especially these days, run regular promotions, half off, 2 for 1, 3 for 2, etc., etc. And they do this so regularly that you should be able to plan out exactly what you want and never have to buy things at full price. Okay, occasionally maybe you've got an event and you can't help but having to pay full price for an item that you need that particular day. Fair enough. But in general, you should only be buying specials. That is my first tip, and I think that can save you a lot of money. It seems simple, but a lot of people I know do not do this. So that is tip number 1. Tip number 2 also relates to the supermarket and is a similar tip, but it is where you can buy private label products, either at the supermarket or go to places like Aldi, where most things are private label. What is private label? It is a food item that has no brand. It's like the brand is the supermarket brand. Like in England, they have Tesco, so the actual item is a Tesco brand. Number 1, these items are a lot cheaper. And number 2, in many cases, these items are actually made by the same company that makes the branded products. When it comes to private label, these supermarkets don't have a factory somewhere making every single item. They often put out tenders to existing food manufacturers, and it's worth it for the food manufacturer because it helps them do larger runs in the factory and it helps with their economies of scale. And yeah, they might not make the margins that they make on their product, but they're still making money by selling it. So definitely a easy way to save money, buying private label when you can, avoiding the big brands, and shop at places like Aldi. So why do brands exist? Why doesn't everyone do this? Brands create emotional connections, and they've even done studies where they've had the exact same product, one branded, one not, and people have recorded that the branded product tasted better. So it's like a psychological thing. So that's why they do that. But I'm saying get over that psychological thing and utilize buying private label, going to shops like Aldi. You will save a bunch of money. Okay, tip number 3. This one ramps up the frugalness in terms of the time you have to put in. But this tip is to use SIM card swapping or SIM card surfing. And what that is when you buy a prepaid SIM card for your phone from a phone company, usually for that first month, it's a lot cheaper. Like they might have a special offer, $10 for the first month, and then every month after that is $30. So what you essentially do is you sign up for that first month, and then a day before that month expires, you port over to a new provider on a special as well. This might not be applicable to every country. Certainly in Australia, you can do it. Other countries, you'll have to check. And it does take a bit of time and a bit of hassle at the end of the month porting your number over. Nowadays, it takes like 5 to 10 minutes. If you're on a phone plan of $60 a month, paying $720 a year, automatically you're paying around $100 a year, saving $600. So that is one to definitely look into if you want to ramp up the frugality a little bit. Tip number 4, utilize bargain hunting websites. In Australia, for example, we have a website called OzBargain. It's a great website. People upvote bargains. It's kind of like Reddit for bargains. Every day or every second day, you can check in to see what sort of food bargains they have. Or if you're in the market for a certain item, make sure to check these websites first, whether you want to buy a camera or a laptop, etc., etc. Again, this is an Australian website, but I'm sure these exist throughout the world. And tip number 5, I was a bit hesitant to add this because it can be risky if you don't know how to manage your finances properly. And if you're watching this video, that might be you. So I include it with a caveat that you have to manage it properly. The 5th tip is to use a credit card to get travel points and free insurance. And in some cases, cashbacks and free gift cards. Many different credit cards offer these perks. They're relying on you getting the credit card, building up a large debt, and then paying off heaps of interest. But if you can pay off your credit card in full by the end of the month, you can avoid paying extra interest and still get some of these perks. There's plenty of credit cards on offer, I'm sure, in your country. So just Google it, look it up. That is my 5th tip. You'll get points. And if you do travel, it's always a good idea to get travel insurance. Some credit cards give you free travel insurance if you book the flights and accommodation through the credit card. But again, if you are getting your first credit card, if you're young, if you're a student, you really do have to manage it and not be tempted to spend money on your credit card. A good way is to prepay your credit card, like put in $500 into your credit card over so you never actually go into debt. Anyway, that is my 5th and final tip, and those are the 5 tips to save money. As I mentioned earlier, let me know in the comments below if you enjoyed these tips. Let me know if you do this already or if you're going to implement one of these tips into your lifestyle. I'm keen to know. And of course, if you like this video, let me know. I'll make a part 2, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss that. That will be the video for today. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.